What's up, everyone, and welcome to Brains and Brews on Horror Fiend TV. Oh, Ricky, it's the end of the month. You know what that means. It's time for some zombies? Is it zombie, I guess, and some beer. So, welcome to the show. As I said, that's what we do here. I am Joe, and this is my beer brother, Ricky. Ricky, how you doing tonight?
What up, Joe the psychologist? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. This is my favorite time of the month because we get to try some new brew, some new beer, and obviously we get to talk horror films. In this particular case, this is a zombie themed show, but we're gonna kind of experiment with that a little bit. So, Joe, with that being said, how you doing, bro? Talk about your beer and what else you've been going on, bro. What's
I'm
going
good.
on
I'm
with you?
good. Actually, you know what? Is the one that you got? Is it your first time trying it?
Yeah, it's my
All
first
right,
time.
let's go
So.
with you first because I'm not. I already had mine.
Okay, you pulled one of my moves then. You had to get it
Yeah, no,
over. You already.
I bought a six pack. I spread it out. I wanted it, so I saved some for tonight. So
Cool, that's
mine's is
cool.
already sitting there, but I know the flavor of it. But let's here's your
Got it.
first.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know the flavor of this because it is the first, but bro, I'm fucking excited. You know, Joe, if you know me, what's my favorite IPA?
Oh, damn it. Same. Damn it. Fucking. I know it. It's on the tip of my
Oh
tongue. Samuel
man,
Adams.
bro. No, that's not
Samuel.
an IPA. That's a fucking
Oh,
lager, son.
damn
No,
it.
your brew.
Oh, well, the other one is
Zombie,
Voodoo Ranger.
zombie theme show. Voodoo Ranger, my man. This is Sweet Ride Juicy IPA.
Oh.
Finally, they carry this one at Total Wine and More. Shout out to them. We're not being sponsored. But this is a 6.5 ABV, so it's just how I like it, so you don't get too fucked up. But it gives you a nice buzz. Now, this I love doing this. Ready, ready? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Oh, the sound of that. The only problem is I gotta pour it now. I'm horrible at this. So Joe, say something.
All right. Well, while he's pouring his, because I did have mine, I'm having a Stone Hazy IPA from Stone Brewing out of Escondido, California. And this is their can.
Ooh,
And
I've
they
had
have
that.
a gargoyle on it. So, their I guess logo is the gargoyle. They have this whole entire thing. And I thought it was Stone Gargoyle. I kept trying to find where like Stone Gargoyle, but no, it's just Stone IPA.
Let me see that can.
6.7,
Let me
so
see the
we'll be
can.
even.
Let me see. Yeah, I've had it at a restaurant. I've never seen the can. That's pretty sweet. Here's my
Also,
can right here. This is the
Voodoo.
mascot. My man's. I hope they make. Oh, by the way, they make Funko Pops out of these. I got the OG Voodoo Ranger here, and I got the Jump Force one somewhere over there. So I hope they make the Sweet Ride version. He looks cool. He got the fucking goggles, the helmet with the handkerchief around his neck. All right, I'm gonna take this first sip. I can't wait, bro. I've been fiending for
When I
this,
hear
bro.
sweet, it's gonna have some
Yeah, it
sort
actually
of citrus in
what it
there.
says here, juicy IPA, but no,
Juicy.
it's on the box. The box explains the flavors, but here you go. Salute, my brother.
Salute.
Oh my god, bro. Not only does it taste magical, but the aroma that it's giving off. I never had a beer. This beer smells like fruit.
Now you see why I drink them.
Dude,
There isn't.
before I took my first sip, that aroma hit my freaking nostrils, and it told my taste buds, "You went for a good time, brother." Oh, that tastes good.
Dude,
I need some time with it though, but
Why do you think I do those? I can do the ones that don't have the fruit. Like this one is also fruit. It's tropical fruit. And then the same thing with the notes is the tropical and citrus.
yeah.
So yeah, I get stuck on these.
Adam, what's up, Adam? My
What's up,
man. Hey, y'all.
Adam?
I like the. He's talking about the film we will be discussing, not the beer. Zombies? With the crying emoji. I think Joe's gonna rock our world with that one. And Lexi, what's going on? Horror Fiends, Fourth Corner. Why hello, devilishly handsome's Beard Brothers.
Yeah, let's
Saying
see.
hello from bed and dying. Joe got something to say about that. Miss you guys. I watched this film. It's bonkers. The screaming, or should I say, wailing. Yeah, he caught the reference. And the kid was the best actor. Wow, yeah, this movie. I mean, it's a Korean film and it's a foreign film. Foreign films are not like U.S. films. The child actors they normally grab for these films are always really good. I mean, it's very rare unless you're watching an old Italian film that's. Remember, it was like we just saw for the House by the Cemetery, Bob. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was a terrible, terrible actor. Well, I guess you know what? Let's go ahead and get into the movie then, bro.
You ready for this?
Hit it.
All right.
Uh, Technical
I got you.
difficulty.
What the fuck is my shit, yo? We got
I'll
so
freeze.
many cool themes now that it's hard to find. All right, you ready for this? Oh, what are you doing? You
Ready.
frozen?
No, I'm
Ah,
not
yeah.
frozen. I was trying to freeze. I'm like technical difficulties.
It has been established persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
The zombies are taking over.
Widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life, seeking human victims.
No more room in hell. The dead walk here.
Yes, the Wailing released in 2016. And though I love to say everyone's names, I know better than to try to say names that I know I'm going to butcher. But I will at least say this movie is written and directed by Na Hong-jin. But I do have the list of the other people as we talk. I was just not going to make myself look bad and also pronounce somebody's name wrong. But if you have not seen this movie, basically when they give you the little gist of it, an illness starts to happen in a town and a police officer gets involved. Well, when we hear Korean, or this one's Korean, but anytime we see the international Asian and we hear illness, we automatically think of, rage virus or something like that. And in this town, it was kind of like that, but it was kind of confusing because when things happen, the person sat there like in a trance, I would say, the person who committed the murders as these things start happening. And in other instances, you had the lady that was running and attacking people. So I was like, all right, so it's kind of like the rage virus. So yes, I thought of the sadness especially. And kind of as the movie kept going on a little bit more, I just started noticing that as the people were being attacked, touched or what have you, nobody else was getting sick, so it made me wonder really for a good part of the movie, like, all right, this is supposed to be a zombie movie, but so far the occurrences in town do not mimic anything that I've seen in like Train to Busan or The Sadness. I mean, did you feel that same thing as you're watching it?
Absolutely, man. Only because I was waiting when I heard of the Wailing. I think you had mentioned it prior, and I never heard of the film. But when I started watching, like, I grabbed some footage, to promote the video and whatnot, and I was like, oh, you know what? I heard of this film. Because when I saw it's Korean, and okay, I've never seen it, and I legit didn't know. I didn't honestly. I was like, I don't think this was a zombie film because, just from word of mouth and magazines where I had seen it. But I was okay. Well, let's see what's going on. But what we have here is essentially, if you are infected, you don't go around just killing people, right? You kill your family, your loved ones. I mean, when we see the first guy you mentioned who was in a bit of a trance, it's crazy. You were fucking with me earlier that you were frozen, and you were legit frozen right now for real.
Oh, was I? No, I just kind of stay still. Oh,
You were staying still. All of a sudden it glitched, and you were like looking over here. I was like, you were frozen. Anyway, but it's really cool because I like that. This guy's sitting there, and not just him, but like he's like in a trance, right? Eyes like bulging and yellow, and he's covered from head to toe in boils, bloody, and there's something going on here. What you know what I mean? And I really enjoyed how the film didn't tell you right away, and it kind of kept giving you ideas or clues along the way. Who, like when they showed Jong-goo was investigating the mushroom growth that was kind of withering away a bit, and so I'm thinking, oh, is it going to be related to this? But then it turns out it's not. So every single time it makes you think it's something else, then it's not. It doesn't end up being that. So I really did enjoy that, and the whole time I was thinking, what I was invested, saying to myself, what is causing all this? Like you mentioned, there was one family, the guy killed his family, and he dumped everybody in the well. You had the one lady who freaked out, burned her house down, with killed her family members, and then she hung herself. And then we come to find out later that when they died, it ain't because they were burned, it's because they were stabbed prior to burning. And then we found out that that woman had a relationship with the Japanese man. The Japanese man is the stranger that everyone is automatically pointing the finger to. Ironically, he's a foreign guy too.
Another
So
foreign guy.
yeah. So um they claimed he had sexually assaulted this woman, and somehow there was a connection there. So they kept giving you clues all over the place, little breadcrumbs to kind of put together. And I think at the end of the movie, it may seem convoluted, but I think they did a pretty good job establishing what was going on, with the exception of what exactly was this illness. Like obviously, it was some witchcraft, or and the guy we had shamans in this movie. We had fucking ghosts, demons, zombies. We had a little bit of everything in this fucking movie, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Well, and I kind of thought, because again, you're wondering what is going on, and I'm watching this movie thinking it's going to be a zombie movie, so I'm kind of, as you, waiting for some answers, and when because you mentioned the Japanese man, when they start bringing him up, and the story that the guy says when he ran into him, the one that had caught the deer and then had fallen down the mountain. So when the Japanese man is first shown, what do you see him doing? He's eating from the carcass.
In a diaper, by the way.
In a diaper. So I'm like, okay, so here's the zombie. So, there's a zombie.
I thought that too.
There's a reason I keep saying this, and I'll get there. But yes, we meet the Japanese man, and I'll let you tell us about the Japanese man, because I don't want to. I have a couple of things to say, but because there's stuff that I'm still confused on this movie too. I'm not gonna rag on the whole movie because for us, we're supposed to be doing a zombie, but I'll still talk all the good parts on it.
No, listen, yeah, we're gonna discuss the in and outs of it. I think this movie does kind of fit the bill of what we are looking to achieve in discussing films in this series. Ultimately, I will say that the Japanese man, though, this is a character that was constantly lurking in the background, and they say that the shaman told Jong-goo that if you keep seeing this guy, it's because he's stalking you. And then this guy's trying to put two and two together, because all of a sudden, I think it was there was, I forget which scene it was, but Jong-goo actually started having nightmares about this guy. I mean, like, all of a sudden he sees this guy constantly getting closer and closer to him, eyes fucking demon, like red, like the devil's. I don't want to say that word, but you get what I'm trying to say. He was fucking jacked up to beyond belief, and he keeps waking up. And then what happens is that now, ever since he started having those dreams, now his daughter is starting to, she's feeling ill. She's not quite herself. Her appetite is kind of, out of the ordinary, to say the least. And she starts getting really vulgar and aggressive towards her dad. And he finds she's starting to get the boils, the rash on her thigh. And she wakes up during her sleep and accuses him of lifting up her skirt while she's sleeping. And he's like, what?
And the way she spoke to him, because she was
exactly. She called him like an asshole or something.
Yeah.
And
this is where, because when you mentioned the red eyes, I was like, all right, so it's rage. This guy's got a rage virus, and then you're seeing this girl is acting this way, and then I'm like, And I was like, I think we're hitting like possession territory right now. I don't think this is necessarily, because in any of our zombie movies that we saw, when people got infected, they don't all of a sudden develop, a vocabulary of vulgars.
It's interesting you say that. Yeah. It's like the first guy we saw, that they took him to the hospital, and then Jong-goo and his guy goes into the room because there was a disturbance with another patient, and he was this other patient. And when he's in there, still fucked up, he starts like convulsing and having like a seizure, and you hear like his bones snap. And as it snaps, you see the blood starts like dripping down his nose and his mouth, and he dies. He chokes on his blood or whatever. So he's like, oh shit. So what is happening? And even this movie's interesting too because it's fucking it. I'll be honest. The scene, actually, this is when it started. Jong-goo didn't believe his guy. His guy kept saying, I think the Japanese guy. Ever since he came to our village, all this weird shit started happening. And Jong-goo, said, the forensics came back, or not the forensics, the autopsy report came back. The guy ate some bad mushrooms and had a trip, and he fucking did all that. And the guy was like, no, mushrooms don't do that. Is that true, Joe? When you do mushrooms, you won't do that, right?
I mean, they're hard. I have seen people having bad trips where they freak out, but
it don't turn you into a fucking bloody...
not into that. No. No.
So while Jong-goo's dismissing his boy, all of a sudden he freaks out, and I'm thinking he's fucking with him because he's so over the top with it. But when the camera pans and you really do see, there's this naked woman out the window looking into the police station, and ever since they saw this naked woman, that's when he started having those nightmares. And this woman later was revealed to be the same woman that was
that burned the house.
She was raped, and then she burned the house, and then she hung herself. So everything is starting to connect very, very slowly like that. And I just love how it was like a slow burn as far as it was but in a good way. What I mean is when I say slow burn, this movie it's very long, and I will say this though, it's for me, it kept me on my toes. Unfortunately, the first time I saw it, I fell asleep, and not because the movie was boring. It was late. I didn't think it was gonna be that long, but I went back and I saw it, and then I saw it again today. So I got a pretty good understanding of what's going on here. So I really do. The second time is when I noticed this. I loved how you didn't know. Wait, is the shaman telling Jong-goo the truth, or is this mysterious woman now that the shaman is saying, I fucked up, I put the death hex
Divination
on the wrong person? Yeah. So he's trying to blame her now, but now she's telling him, don't go, and he's saying go. So he's caught in the middle of these two people. So
before
he
you
doesn't
keep
know
going,
who to
because that's what I
go ahead. You go.
Because once we finish talking the whole movie, that's actually something I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
To clear me up something on the end from what I took it, because I've seen the movie twice myself.
Yeah.
So the same thing, but with the Japanese man, the movie. Here's the thing. Sometimes I also notice when it comes to especially Asian horror, they love to put a little comedy in there. So when the two policemen took the guy that had witnessed and saw the Japanese man, and he didn't want to go. He falls in the mud. He's cussing them
dude's
out.
So clumsy, bro.
Oh my god! But he's like, "Fuck you." Then he's like something. I hope you get hit by. He says it, and then he turns around and gets hit by lightning twice, breaking the rule of lightning does not hit twice in the same spot.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up.
I laughed, but it's weird because the movie also had these little, once in a while, interjected this weird humor.
I'm sorry. Yeah, right. If somebody gets hit by lightning, I'm sorry. That's comical. That's like when Fear the Walking Dead had a zombie get hit by lightning who was about to kill someone. I'm like, come on now. Are this borderline comedy now? There's no way. What are the chances? When you're right, the humor. What I really enjoyed about the main protagonist, Jong-goo, in this movie, is he's not your everyday leading guy. He wasn't the guy who had all the answers. He didn't spring into action. He wasn't like the bravest guy. He was clumsy, fucked up. He got caught having sex with his wife in the car because his mother-in-law is home and his daughter caught him.
No, that's his mom.
No,
it's his mom.
That's his mom? I thought that was the mother-in-law. Okay.
No, it's his mom.
Okay. So,
all right. I think he would not have cared if his mother-in-law was in there. He didn't want his mom seeing him. Okay.
But not just that though, but he would freak out. He was kind of cowardly at times. But then once his daughter got involved within the narrative, then he now he had a backbone. By the way, bro, I wish you would have warned me about all the animal abuse in this fucking movie, all the rituals.
I honestly was hoping that all that was fake, to be honest with you.
Fucking
I'm
dog.
really hoping.
he killed the old man's dog, and he's like, "If I'll give you 3 days to get the fuck out, or I'm gonna do that to you." So he grew up here because his daughter now is affected, and that's when he's like, "No, I gotta take care of this." I love his character progression throughout the film.
See, it's funny because I've noticed that that is a common archetype when it also comes to Asian cinema in some of their movies. That the protagonist is not your everyday guy, so he's not this muscle guy. They make him almost not worthless. That's too, but
They're meek. They're meek.
yeah, like
They're meek
it's
characters. Yeah. They're
and
relatable.
because if you haven't seen JR and I for the season premiere of one of Below the Surface, we did Host, and in Host this is what your guy was. Parasite, from the guy who did Host, the lead father, it seems like
Don't
to be
spoil that. I haven't seen that.
but it's an
Just in
archetype that
case.
I've noticed. I've
Yep.
noticed, and not just in some of the other ones we've seen, that they do, instead of going with the hulking guy that can figure everything out, but it's almost though, like, I don't know, I felt like it went with him, especially like when they showed up to the lady who burned the house down. I mean, she's a little old lady, and like he's screaming, like he's like, ah, and I'm
And
like,
this is what I was getting at. I love how you brought this up too, because he is supposed to be a police officer. Police officers, especially if you're in it for that long, there's no way you could be that much of a coward. There's no way. There's no way.
and
there's no way.
that's what I'm saying. So it's an archetype
And
that
it
you
is
see
comical.
in the I've seen more when it comes to the Asian
Yeah.
horror and some other ones that but it shouldn't. It's because it kind of takes away of your moments. Like that should have been a little bit more serious.
Mm-hmm.
But because of how he reacted, listen, I'm probably gonna scream if something like that happens. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna fight back at some point. I'm not gonna lay there and then have them call home so that Zachary can bring me a change of clothes and some underwear so I can have clean underwear. I'm like, this is like, it was one of those, and I'd like that. Yes, he did finally start getting some balls, and it did develop his character more. However, I kind of felt it was just a little, sometimes a bit much with it, especially towards
was.
the beginning,
It was.
because
Yep.
when now we find out that some stuff as far as the Japanese, they do that ritual, and then we get to basically we finally get a zombie in here, a real zombie, because we find out. So now this guy can actually create them. I was even more confused in this movie, to be honest with you.
Now, before we get into that, and this death, this death hacks. What did you call it again? You had the right term.
Divination.
The
Divination.
divination spell or ritual, rather. To me, it feels like it was working, right? Because our guy, when he was casting his own ritual, right? That's when he was cutting up all the chickens. What was he doing that for again?
So it turns out that, so I think that for the Japanese was trying to resurrect, or I think he was trying to resurrect
That's what it was. Yes,
the
yes,
guy
yes,
in the
yes,
car.
yes. And it worked.
But there was a reason that he was trying to do it, though.
What's
So
the
I don't-
reason? See, that's the
I don't-
only thing in this movie I left still like
Exactly.
pondering.
Because there's and listen, I love magic. I love, so we have also, you have the shaman.
You're frozen.
Oh no, am I
You're
good now?
Frozen. No, you like
Oh,
this.
no. Oh damn it! How about? Anyway,
Oh, okay, you're back. You're back.
All
You're
right.
back. You're back.
I don't know. Maybe I
Sorry, a
should
little
close out
bit
some
of a
windows.
technical difficulties here.
I should
yeah,
probably
yeah.
close out some windows.
Yeah,
Let
of
me close
course.
out.
You should always close out windows.
I only have one other
Well-
one. But,
Nah, that's cool. No, good.
but they're using witchcraft basically in order to do this. So the shaman, it's again confusion, because was he trying to exorcise the demon out of the daughter? I'm just gonna say the daughter. Was he trying to or was he trying to break the spell?
Her daughter's
Ojin?
Iojin. Iojin.
Yojin.
Yep.
Was he trying to exorcise the demon out of her? Was he trying to break the spell that had been cast on him and the family or the daughter? Yes, you now had two, the shaman and the Japanese are doing their types of magics, but you
I
didn't know
got
what he
you
was
on that,
trying to
brother.
do.
I got you on that.
All right, so go ahead.
No, if you want to save this for later at the end when you
No,
want to
no.
go
Well,
over
no.
what really
What I
happened,
what I
or because
what
this
I
goes
wanna-
into the overall plot of the movie.
all right, so we'll wait till the end.
We'll wait
on
for that.
one.
We'll wait for that. I
All
got you though. I got you.
But yeah, so when that's all going on, and even though the shaman told him, don't stop it, no matter what, let this keep going.
Mhm.
Don't, whatever you hear, whatever, everything, just don't stop. And he stops it, and then we think everything is okay, and then turns out everything's not okay. And the Japanese man then goes to the car, and the guy is revived. So what you have the cop's name, you keep mentioning it.
Jong-goo,
Jong-goo
our main guy, yeah, Jong-goo.
goes, I think it was his cousin, right?
It was his cousin, the priest guy who spoke Japanese.
and the priest and they all go back to confront the Japanese man, and the zombie finally shows up. And all right,
That was awesome though. He
So-
bit that dude in the fucking face.
here's my problem with this though. Again, you have 5 men, right?
Yeah.
And they were getting their ass beat by the zombie. They
Hey,
were
weren't expecting
screaming.
it. Listen, if
They
it's
were,
me,
"Ah!"
listen, me, you, P Rock, and JR, we go to confront some guy and some zombie comes out of nowhere. We're gonna be like caught off guard. What the fuck is
We
going
will.
on? We can't
The
kill
minute-
this guy.
Well, the minute that it bites one of us, I think the other 3 are going to jump into action. These
they did.
people.
Hit him with that. What the right?
Yeah, I know, but it felt like it felt like a comical skit, honestly.
Oh,
Like,
no,
I know
dude,
it was
that's
supposed
my
to be a little
favorite
bit
part of the
serious.
movie.
I knew you would, but that's the whole thing though. Like,
But
I
because
found
it was so
was dope.
different and tone
I guess
compared to
maybe
the
it
rest
was
of it. I
that.
think and this is the only scene in the movie that really gave us like this kinetic and frenzied action sequence in a sense.
Yeah,
And I like that because it broke up the film. And all right, this is the section where it's gonna be fucking bonkers. And I kind of appreciated the fact that the movie was relegated to just one undead guy that was walking around. Now, the only thing that wasn't clear is why did the mysterious man, the stranger, the Japanese man, why did he? And then when he saw he was missing, he looked kind of shocked, like, "Oh shit, that shit worked!" Like the look at him, saying, look at his face. So
Yeah.
it's like that's the only thing in this movie I cannot give you an answer to. I have
well,
no
and
idea.
because they didn't even stop him, he ended up convulsing.
Yeah,
And
he
then
just
right
yeah,
on his
yeah, yeah.
own. I mean, when they put the fucking I think it's when the hoe
That is a hoe, yeah. you're right.
HOE when the hoe was put in his head, he should have gone down, but instead the fucking thing breaks, so he's like still with the
With-
hoe in his
That
head.
just tells you it's not a traditional Romero
So
zombie.
it's not. It is that. So it was. It took
He wasn't
almost.
dead though.
He was undead. Over an hour for the zombie
By the
to
way,
show up in the
after
movie.
after this scene, and when they saw the old guy looking through the bushes, and there he is, and it chased him. That was when I fell asleep the first time, and I woke up. Like, I woke up like I don't know how long it was later, and I checked I paused it. What the fuck? I fell asleep. Damn, let me go. I still got an hour left. Oh fuck
Yes.
this. I'll come
That was-
back to this.
But that was. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, damn! It took us like this whole entire time, and
Oh, shit.
the zombie itself had all the character. He wasn't a shambler. He ran fast. He could fight, make noises. So he had the whole rage virus going on.
But he was a zombie though. He kind of shambled in though.
No, he was a zombie. I'm saying it
Oh,
was,
okay. I
it,
misunderstood.
it was, as I'm gonna say, the zombie in this movie.
But I love how the Japanese man was always portrayed like some say the Japanese man is a ghost who sucks the blood. Everyone had their own little tall tale about this guy.
And yes, and he's dead, but he's alive.
Yes. Didn't the movie start with like a
So-
quote about
yeah.
that? Some shit. Yeah.
So I'm like, so is the Japanese man then a zombie.
No, we
who
know
just...
what he is.
No,
We
I
found out at
know.
the
I,
end.
I I
Oh,
know. What I'm trying to
gotcha,
say is,
gotcha.
as
During the
what they're
movie,
saying
yeah,
in the
yeah.
movie, as you're watching this movie,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, because again, I know if anybody's gonna watch it, some people may question as far as being, you know, a zombie. And at the beginning, if you just tuned in, just in case, in the beginning, I explained how this movie ended up on our list. But I don't know. It's like I was sitting there, and then it just dies, and then they, you know, and then they, these five guys can't catch this old man because he's not young. Okay, let's call it what it is. He's older than all of them. He's literally older.
But he's supernatural.
Dude, he, you know, actually, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that part.
This
There
is the
is
same
that.
old guy that threw himself onto the fucking moving vehicle and fucking splattered himself. And so just so they could believe he was dead, they threw him over the fucking
Did it-
mountainside.
Did it
Then
give
he's
you
still alive.
did it give you I know what you did last summer feel to it?
Yeah.
Nobody's
It
around.
did.
All right, so we're just gonna throw him
They
over,
did.
and we're
did,
gonna
yeah,
call
you're
it
right.
the day.
Yeah,
You know-
yeah, that shit was funny.
Well, and I mean,
Oh fuck, that shit was funny.
so, you know, before I asked, because we're gonna introduce a little segment in here, especially when it's gonna come to certain movies that do appear on here. All right, yes. So here's what I took in the end. So on my first watch, when I watched the ending of it, I had little questions on there because the shaman said that he cast a spell on the Japanese man, and it wasn't him, that it was the woman in white. When the shaman shows up to the police, what's his name again, the cop?
Jong-goo.
Jong-goo. When he shows up to Jong-goo's,
That's for you, Joe. I totally thought the same thing. The Korean version of "I Know What You Did Last Summer."
so when
Sure.
when he shows up to Jong-goo's and he starts bleeding through the nose and all
that-
starts coming out, I hate that. That's like
I hate
like
that.
I
Ugh.
barely get nosebleeds, but I don't do well with blood, and nosebleeds tend to be a lot gushy. So you should see how I almost pass out trying to take care of
Fucking
those
like
shit.
a water fountain. This guy.
Oh my god, I was spewing. So right.
By the
so
way,
she
that
basically-
scene, the lady there, was that the mysterious lady? The one
Yes.
that's like get. I was her. Okay.
the what the one in the beginning that
was
was
her, yeah,
throwing
yeah.
the rocks to him.
Yeah. Just making sure.
Yeah, that's her. So that like so when you try to figure out the timeline on things also is because that's when they connected, was, you know, so now she turns out to be the mysterious woman, right? And said that the reason the demon is here is because the father had sinned. But I'm trying to figure out what, you know, because except for having sex with his wife in the car, like what sin did he really do here?
Yeah, she said that to him, right?
Yes, the daughter had
Father
already
has
been
sinned.
possessed.
What was it that he did? Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
I
and now
thought
the
about
daughter
that. Like,
daughter had been possessed, right? So then when it turns out that the Japanese man is actually a demon himself, so he's not a shaman who's trying
No.
to stop the woman in white. Okay. Then the shaman, I noticed that, you know, he shows up, he goes back, right? Even though the woman in white made his blood gush out, he goes back anyway. They're both going,
he
don't
tried
believe
to
him.
leave. Don't forget though. He tried to leave.
He did try
The
to leave, but he went
locust-
back.
The
Yeah.
locust stopped him. Yeah.
But they're both going to each other. You don't believe him, don't believe her, right?
Yep.
Meanwhile, now we got that the Japanese is slowly making his revelation, which I thought was cool. I will say, the very slow as you kept on going back to the priest talking to him, you know, and you peep that the nails are long and sharp,
Mhm.
and you're seeing this slow transformation. So then, when you know the daughter ends up killing, you know, the family, she's now in the front, you know, in her trance state. The
Mhm.
shaman then goes in and takes a picture of the family, goes in the car, and the box drops out with all the pictures that were at the Japanese man's
Yeah, yeah.
wall. So, are all three of them were working together?
No, only the shaman and the demon are working together. So
So the
Now-
the woman in white was there to protect them.
she is actually there. Yeah. So when you asked me earlier what was the shaman, that ritual he was doing what was his purpose? His purpose was to remove essentially any protection spell that that woman had placed over that family. So
So they were all right.
when he saw the soy sauce, remember, and he broke it and had that crow, that wasn't put there by the demon. That was put there by the woman. That's a protection spell to ward off any, I guess, bad any negative spells or incantations or whatever. That's just to protect the family. So he's there. He wasn't removing, or he wasn't putting like no death hex. He was there simply removing all of her protection spells. So when Jong-goo confronted the woman at the end, and the guy's calling him on the phone, and he notices that she has some of like, she has the guy's jacket, she has his daughter's the pin that he got her. She's taking those items because she needs those items to cast her spells.
But
She
yeah,
needs-
yeah. I
she
mean,
needs
you,
personal
you
items.
need you
So-
need to have personal items in order,
Yes, yes.
especially a protection spell. You need
so
to have a
she
personal
was
item.
there to counter the actual demon. Now the demon was working with our the shaman character, and if you're asking now what's the point of any of this, there is no point, because the shaman guy told us that, and the movie started, and the movie told you right away, because the very first shot of the movie is the Japanese guy fishing, and then the shaman is telling Jong-goo, like when he asks why my daughter, it's like, I mean, why? The guy's just going fishing, and it's just whatever he catches, that's just what it is. His daughter just happened to take the bait. So it's all at random. This demon is just there to spread disease,
yeah.
violence, and just death. He's spreading. That's all this. They don't care who it is. There's no ulterior motives. He doesn't just pick. He's just casting his fishing line, and whoever catches that whoever takes the bait, that's it. You fucked. So that's the crux of the movie. It's just evil personified. It's like it's not anything other, to me at least. It ain't really anything other than that.
Because I did have a little bit of, actually, before if you want to hit the comments real quick, I know a couple people popped down. I don't want them as we keep rambling.
It's all good. Selena V, hello, beer brothers. What's up, Selena? How you doing? Salute. It was so slow. Yeah, see, it was, man. But I was invested. Like when I saw it the second time, like nice and sober.
You saw it on Hulu?
I wasn't tired. No, it's on Amazon. I had it on Amazon.
They did, thank God, because I didn't
yeah.
want to. Because I know that you have the Hulu with commercials, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh
I
God.
couldn't do it.
I knew I was like gonna go.
No.
I'm gonna get a message from him going, son of a bitch,
No.
it's on Hulu. You know how long this movie's gonna be?
No,
for me?
fuck
All right.
that.
Thank God.
But
it was on Amazon.
it was a slow movie, but when I saw it the second time, I was more like, I was aware, I was alert, I wasn't tired. I was like, oh, I was really super invested in this, so I get it. The last hour was really slow. It was, especially
Well, no,
after
no.
because the thing is, after that one crazy zombie scene, right? That's at the second. That's about, there's an hour left after that scene, give or take. Excuse me. So nothing as far as action wise really happens if you really sit there and look at the film.
There's not a whole
But
lot of
not to-
action in it.
Not to say it was boring though. It was just slow. It just slowed it down, and it kept feeding you exposition and giving you more of the story. So that's why. 14 Wellington. What up, son? Hiya. What up, dude?
Hey, 14.
What's up, man? I'm glad you popping in. Hope you're doing well, my brother. And read that.
Especially if it's 2.5 hours long. And it's funny because as I was watching it, and I know JR said he saw this movie, and
Oh, this is right up his alley.
well, he said he saw it,
You love
and
those
then
long, slow movies, man.
when we had wrapped up our episode, you had said, you went, Joe, is there zombies in the movie? And I was like, yeah. And JR was smiling.
Oh, he knew. That
Hey, Marie. Well, I mean,
Marie
you know,
Lopez. What's up, Marie? Hey, guys. What's up? What's up?
that's my baby sister.
Man, Joe blows up everybody's spot.
I don't care. Hey, if family shows up, I love when family pops in. Everybody's family. This is, that's what we do here.
My bad.
Everybody's on here saying, hanging out with us because they
I
love
forgot
horror
Joe.
and
Joe
they're
loves
favorite.
family. I forgot. My bad. My bad. I'm not used to
So
that.
La Familia, man, La Familia. But I mean, I again for what we normally cover for the our actual genre itself, which is zombies. When we and actually it's funny because Adam he goes and I was purposely trying to get us to just have 1 hour left on it.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, all right, are we not at the halfway point yet? And I'm like, what? I'm like, let me check. And I had it because I had seen it already. I had messaged it. I said I saw it. So when the second time I had it on, I was baking and stuff. So I had it on my tablet with my earbuds so I can have doing shit. And then I hit the thing and I'm like, yeah, we in about 20 more minutes. 20 more minutes. If you get to the 20-minute mark, that will only leave us an hour. All right. You know when I made a stop? At the spell. So which is the word, and I get that was probably the worst part because you know why? It's when things picked up a little bit. So I wanted for when we went back to it, it would start up and not go in slow, so he can go, oh, here we are again. Now I got a cough. But so with what we specifically deal with, which is zombie movies, and again, we wanted to take a different approach for this season. In past, we both have thrown names of movies that we've seen. You know what? You guys have also seen most of the movies too. And maybe let's do episodes on movies that we haven't seen. Because there might be other people out there who haven't seen the movie or who have seen it and, would want somebody to talk about it. So I had done zombie movies on Google, and I went to Wikipedia. I should have known better because when I went to get my psychology degree, every single professor told you do not use Wikipedia as a source.
Maniac cop. Look how red you got. God dang, you're as red as fucking
God.
my man's red eyes with his fucking. What the?
I don't even know what you were gonna say.
Oh shit!
Oh God,
shit.
I think they put the eldest on us. That's why we keep coughing.
Oh man, dude. All right, no, continue.
Anyway, so yes, I had gone to Wikipedia, and I had pulled up zombie movies, and I had thrown this whole entire list, and we picked from there, and that's how we came up with some of these for this season. And with that, because some movies are questionable, I'm going to introduce is this a zombie movie segment for Brains and Brews when we come across the movies that are questionable. So Ricky, would you call The Wailing a zombie movie?
No, it is not a zombie movie.
Okay. Yeah, neither would I. I would definitely not, I don't want to be that dick to goes to Wikipedia and edits that shit off of there. But it was one of these.
Wikipedia saw it had one zombie. I guarantee they probably some bullshit AI, and it just threw that fucking movie on the list.
And so I mean, it's all right, because again, hey, honestly, the movie wasn't terrible. I got to watch a new movie.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, yeah.
Well, finish because you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not saying all right. Maybe not never. Maybe there would have came a time when maybe you or GR wanted to pop it into one of our channel or one of our videos here, one of our series. But I think it's okay because there was a zombie in it, but the overall emphasis is as far as the mystery, the illness, and people coming down with something that made them overly violent and murderous. We had cannibalism in here, so we had everything. Some dude got bit in the fucking face, bro, and on top of his fucking dome. So yeah, this had elements of zombie. It's not a zombie film per se,
No.
but I think it was inspired by a zombie film. I would say so. One of the inspirations, one of many many inspirations.
Well, actually, what did Lexi kind of give it? She gave it a whole.
It's zombie Witcher possession. Like when Joe mentioned something with the characters were possessed, the way they were like speaking like getting really abrasive. That's straight out of like The Exorcist, right? Like
Yeah,
or you
yeah,
know, because that's the
yeah.
first movie I've seen that had characters do that. So and then we had the zombie elements. We had elements of like the runners, the shamblers. We had elements of um other movies
But
like that
but yes,
that possession. You said it already. The possession. That's what I was
it's
getting at.
a
But you already had
yeah.
mentioned that. So anything like that you lose control of your own self and you are being like manipulated and forced to do things that's not really in your own character. Yeah, that's what this movie is more or less.
Yeah. It's so
Demonic.
I. It's not. It's definitely
I
more
mean, the main
demonic.
villain's the fucking devil essentially. So yeah, there you go.
And not just that. And he put a spell, and then was surprised that the fucking guy came to life. So he wasn't even that good, of a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Unless he's a necromancer, maybe because he might have the ability.
That's the only
bring-
thing I need more clarity on. What was up
Well,
with that?
So that's the other part, because him bringing it up and doing
Chan
the
Park,
spell.
Chan Park was the name of the guy. 'Cause I remember it had Park on the jacket. He found some random dead guy in the fucking car. It's why would there be an accident and the cops never found this guy's body, but this old guy finds him easily? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck was that? It was a
And it's-
random dead body in the fucking woods, just chilling in his car. For a second, I thought that was an episode of The Walking Dead or something. When they're walking by and they see a car and they look and they see a dead guy who was a former zombie, or he is a zombie, or he was, and I don't know. That's the only part that was a bit iffy. Not that it was terrible, but it just didn't make a lot of sense to me because I want more clarity. On that. I mean, we know what's going on with like as far as who the villains are in this movie, but that's the only thing that kind of left me like, what? I don't know what was up with that.
So I was looking up the info on our next movie before we bounce out of here. But yeah, so going forward, obviously, if you watch the movie, we would be curious, especially if you watch this episode after it actually aired, we were live. Yeah, let us know if you think of this as a zombie movie. We both said no. I mean, but we're open to listening to other people saying.
Oh, Alexi is doing her rewatch of The
Oh,
Walking
yeah.
Dead. She's one of those that quit the show
First
after
watch,
Glenn got
first
killed.
watch, because some of the she hadn't seen these. This is like first watches.
Yeah,
for
she
her.
hasn't seen it. Yeah, again, yeah. Oh, Glenn died. I'm out. I ain't watching it no more. Get out of here with that, man.
But we're going to be doing a old. Well, actually, yeah. Oh yeah, it came out. We were both. Yeah, were you?
What we
how-
watched?
What year? What year were you born?
79. I'm an old fart.
So yeah, no, the movie you weren't born yet when this movie came out. I was. But next
You're
is
an
going to
older
be
fart.
next is going to be David Cronenberg's Rabid.
Rabid. First watch for me. I've never
First
seen
watch
this
for
movie.
me, and I'm gonna still. Oh God, the beer might be. Shit, we forgot to rate our beers.
That's okay. Oh man. Well, my beer's a six pack.
Yours is
My
six
beer
pack.
is so tasty, bro. It's really good, man.
You're going to trust me. Start appreciating looking at these more and getting stuff with a little bit more of the citrus and fruit notes.
It's not even that. It's just Voodoo. I keep saying Zombie.
Yeah.
Voodoo
Voodoo
Ranger.
Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger, to me, every single Voodoo Ranger I had acquired is so tasty, so good. Ooh, never heard of
RABID.
rabbit. You said rabbit.
There's actually two. There's two. There's the,
What's-
we're doing
there's a
we're doing the
remake,
OG one, and then there was the remake one. So we're doing the OG one.
David Cronenberg. We just talked about him for Ready or Not too, and we're gonna do one of his films next month.
We're gonna be doing
Pretty
one of his
cool,
films.
pretty cool.
So yeah, so thank you for actually any last things you want to say before I want to make
No,
sure
I just no. Just the movies. I think the
Oh,
movies.
actually, I
really,
didn't give my score on my beer.
Yo, Joe.
I'm giving it a 6-pack. I'm gonna say
six pack because you're
I'm
a little
giving it
toasty right now.
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna give it a 6-pack.
Look at Joe. Look at.
It's literally it's what the one thing we're supposed to be doing. I'm like, oh, we're gonna say goodbye. Oh no, we're supposed to. Yeah.
I
So
know, man, listen, when you hear
actually,
this music, that means we're switching over to the beer section. The end.
all right. So I will say I
Joe don't even know his own show.
no I
Look at Joe. Look
shut
at
it.
Joe. Look at Joe.
So mine was Stone Hazy IPA, also Total Wine. In case you are looking for something to try.
Mine was Voodoo Ranger, also Total Wine and more. But you can get this anywhere.
But what's the? It's Voodoo Ranger. What?
Oh, I'm sorry, Voodoo Ranger Sweet Ride, Juicy IPA, Sweet Ride.
And with that, make sure to hit subscribe, hit the follow. We'll be back again at the end of next month. You can catch us on Three Corners of Horror, where this week we're going to be talking about Zazie Beetz, Domino, but she's done some other stuff. But yeah, with They Will Kill You, and of course Patricia Arquette.
Money
Fucking
Train,
love
Money
her.
Train.
The Money Train. So hit the subscribe. Make sure that if you see a zombie, you don't get motherfucking bit.
I forgot there's 2 buttons you gotta hit. I fucked up your outro. I am sorry. I'm sorry.
Guessing these devils be savages. Slim than a chance with the averages. Sitting on the low like you added slick. Darkness make you disappear like a magic trick. Put up to the table, come down and sit. These devils try to tie you the crown with it. Now you surrounded by counterfeits, trying to chop you up into 1,000 bits.